while that I've been just having such a desire to share this with each one of you guys and give you a little bit of background on this webinar today. Is we're going to be talking about the actual numbers required to have your funnel convert and go viral. And this information is not easily obtained, and what I mean by that is David Warner at IOL invented the formula, or he didn't invent it, he discovered it through a lot of analytics, a lot of testing, product sales online and sharing, and when I say a lot, I mean thousands and thousands of dollars worth of tests just to come up with these numbers that you're going to be seeing today. But before we get into those numbers, I want to lay out the framework for you first, and so you understand why and how this affects your campaigns, okay? So inside IOL, in the Interact Pro back office, you have the ability to create your own custom funnels. We all know that. And oftentimes we call these viral sales funnels because you don't always have to have a sales funnel go viral, but it's nice to have that happen because if your funnel does go viral, then you're getting clicks at no cost, and that, of course, is really nice. But it doesn't mean that you won't be successfully selling your products if they don't go viral. You can still get a conversion rate off of a simple ad push out on solo ads or pay-per-click or email marketing that a certain conversion will take place and they'll buy your product or inquire about it. But if you want to obtain the ultimate goal, which is to have your funnel go viral, then what I'm going to talk about today is some very, very, very important points, okay? First thing that I want to do is I want to talk about 3 stages of the funnel, okay? The first stage, of course, is the first stage is not displayed here, guys, in this view. But what it actually is it's going to be the ad that lives out on Facebook. And I'll show you an example of an ad here. Let me go ahead and click on this Facebook image. So this is one from Funding Circle USA. Funding Circle is a smarter way to get a business loan and rate starting at 5.99. Okay. Click to complete our quick and easy online application. Simple, affordable business loans. And you see how many likes it has and how many reshares it has. And you can see this ad's doing a lot of activity online. It's a simple ad, but the message that you see before you look at this text and everything says, Brigham Michelle got $500,000 to hire 8 full-time employees. And it creates curiosity, right? You're like, where did they get $500,000 to hire these people, and what is this about? So they click on it to learn about it. And that right there, guys, is the very first stage of your funnel. This is one of the most important numbers that we're going to talk about today, is how many click-throughs take place on this ad right here to get to the actual funnel presentation. This is extremely important. You could build a fantastic funnel, but if you fail in this area here, nobody will ever see it. So you have to create an ad that goes out on Facebook or a post on a wall that drives people to click, and you have to have a certain conversion rate, and I'm going to be talking about that today. So going back to our funnel view, that lives outside of this view. So we're just going to bring my mouse over here a little bit. I'm just going to circle this area. This is where in the funnel your Facebook ad is, and then once they click that Facebook ad, they're taken to your first video, correct? Now this first video is what we call an interrupt video, or it's a curiosity video. And this isn't the video where we disclose everything and give it all to them. The goal of this video is basically to invite them to reshare your page to get access to the rest of the material. Okay, and that's where the viral share takes place. So this part of your funnel, if you're building a viral sales funnel, now keep in mind if you're building a normal funnel that you don't care if it goes viral, this won't matter. But if you do want to build a viral sales funnel, this is very important. This video right here has to create enough curiosity for them to click share in order to watch this video. Okay, so this is going to be another conversion number we're going to talk about today, okay? And then, guys, once that takes place, you're going to have a percentage of people that end up on your last video. Okay, and this is your educational video and your call to action and so forth. Now, in this video, it's you can drive the system. It was funny. I was working with one company that had incredible pull through on their Facebook ad and their interrupt video all the way down to the share, the lead gen, and then it dropped the person onto their main company video, and they spent a lot of money to have this production done on their main company video. And the company video, I don't want to, It just utterly sucked, guys, period. That's the only way I can think of it. And it was funny because we helped them with the first part of the funnel. We've helped them with the Facebook ad. We helped them with the interrupt video. We helped them transition to the educational video and lead gen, and all of that was working beautifully. But when they landed on this last video that they insisted to have in this funnel, because they had spent a lot of money on it, and in their eyes it was everything they wanted in a video, but in the eyes of the internet world, it didn't convert. And so they thought their funnel failed, okay? And I say this because you can have, their funnel is a viral funnel. It went viral. But the problem is you may not have conversions on that funnel if your call to action and your educational video fails. So you might say, man, this isn't working. Well, what isn't working? That's where you have to break it down and find out what part of your funnel is not working and how can you fix it. So the way you do that is you look at analytics and statistics tied to each piece of that funnel. What is the percentage of people clicking through your Facebook ad? What is the percentage of people that actually see your interrupt video? Are they making it to that video? And if they are, then what percentage of people actually click through and reshare it? Okay, and if they reshare it, what percentage of people end up on your educational call to action video? And if they don't end up buying or taking action, then you can look at those numbers each step of the way and find out where that video presentation breaks down. Instead of just throwing the whole thing in the trash and saying, oh, that funnel didn't work. You need to stop and look at each piece, because with a little bit of tweaking, you might be able to get that thing completely up and running and virally propagating and converting, which in each of those tasks is a big challenge. So we're going to talk about what that challenge is today so that you know what is required to get your funnels to go viral. Okay, that's what this is about. It's not technically about converting and closing, because every one of you guys have your own products and services that you're trying to sell or promote. A conversion to you might be a lead generation form being filled out. You might say, I'm happy just being able to generate a lead. Other people might say, I want to actually get product sales. Other people might say, I want somebody to go to my GoFundMe account. But whatever that process is, or what your conversion is, or your goal is, that's going to fall down on how you design this funnel, and ultimately how that educational video pulls it all together with conversion. And so I'm not going to talk about that today. We'll talk about that on another webinar. What I'm going to talk about is going viral and how you get your funnel to get out there and go viral. Okay? So the first thing I'm going to show you is I'm going to talk to you guys today about the actual formula. Okay? I mentioned this formula, okay? It was designed by David Werner. He's one of the co-founders of IOL. He's actually my older brother. And like I mentioned, he spent thousands of dollars, and I don't mean this like just throwing it out there, guys. He spent thousands of dollars placing ads in check and click-through rates until he could find the perfect formula to have something go viral. Nobody had done this before. We searched the internet high and low. I mean, hours online trying to find the formula of what it takes percentage-wise of pass-throughs and pull-throughs in order to have a funnel go viral. He came up with this formula, and it works like a charm. I'm going to ask you guys that you keep this within the family of IOL at the current time, okay? This isn't published out on the web. Up to this point, we were hesitant to even release it because it's extremely valuable. If you look at these numbers and you're a guy or a gal that understands numbers, then you're going to look at this and appreciate the time and effort put into this simple formula that can calculate your success as a business owner. And so I ask that you keep this within the realms of your IOL business, and if you happen to share this with somebody, that you give the credit of this document to David Werner, who is one of the co-founders of IOL that created it. Extremely powerful document. Okay, and what I'm going to talk about today, guys, is since you already know the funnel and the steps, there's three very, very important numbers, okay, that we're going to be looking at today, that we're going to be talking about. The first one is what's called number of Facebook friend views, okay? And traditionally on Facebook, they have their statistics, and you can go online and view them all. But at the time of this video and the making of this formula, the average Facebook friend The average amount of friends that somebody had on Facebook was 225. Okay, so we use that as a general number. Okay, some may have more, some may have less, to calculate the ability for a message to go viral on Facebook. So this is one of the key numbers that are going to be taken into this calculation, the number of people on Facebook. Okay, are you following me so far? We're going to be talking about every single user on Facebook has a certain number of friends. Okay, and on average it's 225. Okay, the next number we're going to be looking at is what's called the percent of views that are clicked. Okay, now this is your ad. Okay, I showed you the ad on that site that the people raised the money to hire their 8 employees. Well, this is the number, the percentage of how many of those 225 people will actually click on that ad and go to your funnel page, your first video, your interrupt. Okay. And then the third number we're going to be talking about is out of how many of those people that go through and look at that video actually take the step of resharing it in order to get to the rest of the presentation, or what's called the funnel conversion rate, and ultimately to your sales video or call to action video, education video, whatever you want to call it, that will get them to do that pull through on an acquisition. And what that value is, this calculation will actually show you that value. So we're going to start out here and I'll show you an example. If traditionally somebody on Facebook had 225 friends, and let's say they placed an ad on Facebook, okay? And that ad converted at, I'm just going to change this number right here. Okay, so let's assume that this converted at 3%, okay? And that's the people that actually click through that ad. So out of 225, 3% of them click through. And then let's say they end up on our Facebook, on our interrupt video, correct? They're watching our first video, and the purpose of that video is to get them to click the actual share button out on Facebook, share that message in order to get to the rest of the video. So let's just assume for a minute, okay, that this one also converted at 3%. Okay, I want to show you something here, okay? Up here in this formula, it says Generation 1 funnel clicks, new Generation 2 funnels. This is very important, okay? Each time that somebody reshares your message, they're creating a new sales funnel for you out on Facebook, right? So if we look at this, right now this number says 0, okay? It means there was not a second funnel created. It did not regenerate. I go over down here to new Generation 3 funnels, 0 again. It did not regenerate. If the first funnel did not regenerate with enough conversion, then the second funnel is not going to do it, and the third funnel is not, and so forth. That message is not viral. So if you created your ad on Facebook and you got a 3% pull-through rate, okay, and you ended up with a 3% conversion rate on your video, then your message will not go viral. But if I came in here, guys, okay, and I changed this. Let's change this right here to a 10% conversion, okay? And you may say, well, 10% should be easy. It's actually extremely hard, but you can do that. That means out of 225 of your friends, 10% of them are going to click through. Okay, so if we change that and we're going to go ahead and apply that, we're going to look at this. The new Generation 2 funnels, we got one funnel designed and built for us virally. That means a viral funnel actually went out there and was built. We then go to Generation 3 funnels, 0. Generation 4, 0. That is not going viral, guys. We're still not viral, even at a 10% click-through rate. Okay? Now, let me go back here, and I'm sorry my computer's so slow when I'm recording, but let's say we go down here and we take this number here, and let's say that not only could we capture 10% of the 225 to view our video, but let's just say 10% of them actually click through. Okay? Let's apply that one. And now what you're going to see here is 2 new funnels were created. So virally, two people shared that, and it went out and created 2 Generation 2 funnels, created 5 Generation 3 funnels. It created 11 Generation 4 funnels. See where this is going? It created, on Generation 5, 26 new funnels for you, or 26 sales presentations living out on Facebook for you. So if you simply, guys, converted at a 10% rate on both of them, you're going to be kicking some butt virally. Your message has gone viral. But that's like a really challenging to do. So what our goal is to reduce and play with these numbers until we get to the point, that we know the minimum that it has to go to in order to go viral. So let's assume that there's no way on earth we're going to be sitting at a 10% conversion, So let's say that on a click-through on Facebook. So let's say this one we drop down to 7%, or let's just say 6%, And on this one here, let's say that we're going to keep our message engaged enough to where we can do a 10%, because they're watching a video. This should be much more attainable than at a higher percentage than the first one. But let's just say 6% click through, and out of that 6%, 10% went out and actually did watch that first video and acted. So the first thing that happens here, new Generation 3 funnels, 2. New Generation 4 funnels, 2. We're going to keep on going. We're going to see if this dies on us. New Generation 5 funnels, 3. See what's happening here, guys? It's actually growing. And so we can actually go viral because it went from 2 up to 3, and it'll continually go up. So we know that on those conversions on our ad, we are able to attain a viral activity. Now, let's go down a little bit more. We're just going to go right here, and we are going to reduce this. We're going to see what the lowest number we have to convert at in order to go viral. Now, hopefully you guys can see how powerful this this Excel spreadsheet is, and just what a cool formula that David put together here. So again, Generation 2 funnels, we're sitting at 1. We're going to move on over. Generation 3 funnels, we're sitting at 1. Generation 4 funnels now went to 2. And a generation means that I share it with a friend who shares it with a friend who shares it with a friend. Each time that shares, that's a new generation of funnels being created. So we're still going viral, guys. Right there, we're still going viral. So we're going to reduce this number a little bit more. And I'm going to bring this down to an 8. And the reason that I'm going to play with this number a little bit here, is I'm going to show you what I'm going to do in just a second here to show you ultimately where you want to be at on this, So I'm going to come over here again. We have 1 funnel on Generation 3, 1 funnel on Generation 4, And so it didn't really grow. So we know that's kind of our threshold, right? So we have to sit here and think, I've got to have my ad on Facebook pull through 6%. And I've got to have my Facebook share page pull through at least 8%. Well, here's what I know. If you work on your pull through on your video, this is easier to get up, to increase, because you're visually interacting with them. This percentage here is a little bit challenging. So let's take this right here, and let's reduce this down to 5%, and let me just get rid of this and throw our little percentage sign in there. So let's take this one here, and let's just set this one here to, we did 8% real quick. I want to look at these funnels, and we're just going to review them. So we come over here, and we have second generation funnels 1, and new generation 5 funnels 1. So we're not quite there yet. So we're going to come over here, and I'm going to take this Facebook like, or the Facebook like here. That's our step there. And we're going to increase this one to 9%. And we're going to keep going across. And you're going to see 1 funnel there. and Generation 5 funnels still at 1. So we're not, I mean, even though it's viral, we're not seeing the regeneration of like 2 going to 4 going to, so here's where you're kind of stuck. You're stuck in a mode of saying, if I go 5% on my ad conversion and 9%, or let's just play it off at a 10%. For an example on a click-through. So if you're able to get 10% of those to take off, then what you're going to be looking at, guys, is Generation 4 funnels, Generation 5 funnels. There you go. You have your regeneration there. So you went to two shares on the Generation 5 funnel. So that takes you viral. So if you want to know where you have to be, okay, to go viral, your Facebook image that appears on Facebook for people to click through has to have a 5% conversion, and your page that they go to has to have a 10% conversion on it, which means out of 100 people that go visit that page, 10 of them need to click through and reshare that. And then if they do that, you're going to go viral. And if these numbers get adjusted even the slightest bit, like if this goes to 6% and this stays 10%, then you're even doing better. Let's say that you left your page and you got your page converting at 10, then all of a sudden you put an ad out on Facebook and that ad converted at 8%. Let's look at what happens to those funnels, okay? You have 2 generation funnels on 3 generation funnels on Generation 3, 6 generation funnels on Generation 4. And let's go look at where we're at. Generation 5, 10 funnels. So guys, look how quickly your message is repropagating if you had 8% of your click-throughs on Facebook converting and 10% of that on those pages. So this, you can see, this becomes one of the most important areas because you can have as little as a 10% conversion and always maintain that. But just by working on that Facebook message and getting higher click-throughs, look at how substantially different it is on the actual share of the funnels. Look at Generation 4 funnels, 6, Generation 5 funnels, 10. Now imagine when you're on Generation 20 what those funnels could be. You could be in the hundreds being regenerated. Now, does this work, guys? When we built this formula, we had to test it, right? And so what we did was we took an account, and the goal was over 90 days to run ads to it and work on the conversions to find out what it converts at. And we were able to get our ad converting to where, get this for a moment, okay? I had the regeneration. This is on my personal account. I had my 2nd generation funnels, my 3rd regenerating, and I had built up over 50,000. Okay, 50,000 child funnels is what we call them, or repropagated or regenerated funnels. In 90 days, I had 50,000. Now, let me tell you what happened. Not a day did I turn on my computer and I didn't have leads in my inbox, because with 50,000 links living out on Facebook, all promoting your message, it was a constant flow of leads from me. I never had to go look for another lead ever. It took 90 days of playing around with these numbers and working with them on my messaging, working with my ad on Facebook, working with my video to get it to the point to where it would convert at that. But once I got it to convert at that, over 50,000 child funnels created, okay? Never did I look for another lead. And to this day, that system will continue to drop leads into me. And you may say, well, what was that for? That was actually for a cell phone company that we were doing lead generation for. So that tells you guys how powerful 90 days can be in your business if you think smarter about how you build your business and your messaging. This is not some hypothetical, I think this is how it converts. The numbers you're seeing here on this Excel sheet were tested with real dollars being spent, real messaging being to be dialed in, real messaging being created, and then testing and creating and testing and creating back and forth over and over and over again till we got to the point of this. Now, this is what's cool. This Excel sheet also will show you what's called a funnel conversion rate, okay? Where you basically how much of that funnel actually converts into profitable sales or leads. And so if I said at the end of the day, my funnel converted at 2%, okay? And my product price was $12.50 is what I earned per month off my product, using IOL as an example. A 12-month value of customer, $150. Value of customer for 3 years, $450. Then I can get into the details of seeing where exactly my annual revenues are, all the way down to funnels per user. All that information is broken down here. Very powerful, guys, to be able to see what you're converting at on your actual sales and where you're at if that conversion takes place and you see a 2% conversion or so forth and so on. This shows you per funnel how much each funnel's worth. So annual revenue per funnel, $3. Okay, so if I had 50,000 funnels, okay, out there doing this, converting at this number, do the math in your head. 50,000 times 3. That's what that funnel is worth. So guys, you're talking about having the creative power to put together a funnel and tie a value to that funnel. And in IOL, some people say, why do I need 50 funnels? Well, think about it. If you could take a product online, even if you don't have a product, go find one online to sell. There's millions of websites out there with reseller programs. And you took that program and that sales page on that program, take a ClickBank funnel, ClickBank product. Let's say the average conversion rate on that page was 2%, okay, on that sales page. All you have to do is get enough people to that sales page at a 2% to make that a profitable funnel for you, okay? And you now know how to mathematically do that. You would have to have an 8% conversion. You know, on that Facebook ad, a 10% conversion on your video, and then a funnel conversion at 2%. And then you simply put the product price in here. Let's just say you made $25, okay, first month. And we'll make that 50, okay? You can then see what value that funnel is. That's worth $6 per funnel. Amazing, amazing. So guys, we're going to be making this Excel sheet available to you so you can use it when you're working with your funnels, help with conversions. I hope that this wasn't too overwhelming on the numbers and you get the message behind this webinar today. And that message is to think smarter about how you advertise. And don't just assume because you like it that everybody else is going to like it. That this is actually, the proof is in the numbers. And if you can get your numbers converting, you're going to have success. You know, it's my goal with this webinar today to hopefully put something in your minds, guys, that you look at your business differently. Regardless of what you're promoting out there. And you start viewing the Interact Pro product differently in that you now have a system that you can tie each one of these individual steps in place and work on your conversions, work on your business using the Interact Pro tool. And then as you do that and you see success, you can share that success with others and share the product Interact Pro with others and even make Interact Pro one of these products that you're out there promoting. Guys, we can't say enough good things about the feedback and things that you guys have provided to us to help improve this product. Ultimately, our goal is to bring this product to market in such a user-friendly method that anybody that's out there struggling in business and needs an edge can use it and it'll help them. That is really what this is about. It's about teaching people how to succeed in this online world. Hopefully this has been just an eye-opener for you if you haven't ever looked at conversion numbers. If you're wondering how you track these conversions, you want to go to YouTube and you'll want to start watching some videos on Google Analytics and how they work and then implement that into your marketing campaign. We'll have some more webinars in the future on that, but we'll leave that for another webinar. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Appreciate you taking the time with me today. I look forward to your feedback. As always, you can reach out to our customer service team at IOL if you have any questions regarding this. And if you're wondering where you get access to this Excel document, at the current time, if you don't have a link provided with this email, you can contact our support team and they can email it to you. Other than that, look for the link in the email that was sent to you. And hopefully we can get it in there before too long. Appreciate each one of you guys. Look forward to the next webinar we're on, and let's continue to learn together how to go out and be successful with our businesses. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.